Welcome to English Weaver, where today we dive into a riveting tale of strength and conviction. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories that also help you learn English through story. Today's story will focus on a figure with global influence, and it is titled The Unbreakable Will of Benjamin Netanyahu. Picture a young man drawn to service and leadership from an early age, driven by a clear sense of purpose. His name would soon echo across continents, defining an era of resilience. Born amid shifting sands and turbulent days, he learned early that conviction can guide you through uncertainty. This is the story of a man whose faith in his mission never wavered. In his early years, he watched his family adapt and overcome challenges, forging a foundation built on hard work, integrity, and unwavering determination. Even then, he exhibited a quiet confidence. He absorbed lessons in history and diplomacy, preparing himself for the responsibilities that lay ahead on the global stage. From childhood games on dusty streets to earnest debates in his school years, he honed a clear vision for his future and discovered the power of steadfast values. As the sun set on his youth, he embraced the call to serve, determined to translate his ideals into action. A spark was lit that would grow into a lifelong flame. His journey would soon ascend beyond borders, but this beginning carved the core of his identity. It shaped a character resolute in the face of adversity. With each passing day, his sense of justice and commitment to his people crystallized, setting the stage for the remarkable chapters destined to follow. This introduction only scratches the surface of a life marked by bold choices and defining moments. The true heart of his story awaits just beyond this opening. Stay tuned as we unfold the early influences and dramatic events that molded an unbreakable spirit, all while you sharpen your English skills. Prepare to embark on a narrative of courage and purpose, a journey that begins now and will inspire your passion for both language and leadership. He was born on October 21, 1949, in Tel Aviv, during Israel's formative years of hope and hardship, grounding him in a nation's burgeoning spirit and a legacy of resilience and purpose. His father, Benzion, was a historian whose love for Jewish heritage filled their home with stories of courage and survival, instilling in young Benjamin a deep appreciation for identity and duty. His mother, Tzila, nurtured a sense of compassion and discipline, guiding him through early lessons in kindness and perseverance, teaching that true strength blends firmness with empathy. Growing up alongside his older brother Yonatan, he learned loyalty and friendly rivalry, pushing one another in studies and sports, forging bonds that would shape their character and future paths. In childhood games on Jaffa's sun-baked streets, he practiced leadership with neighborhood children, organizing matches and mediating disagreements, seeds of the diplomat he would become. At age 10, he enrolled in Jerusalem's elite high school for leadership, immersing himself in history and languages, absorbing foundational knowledge that would underpin his rhetorical skill. His scholastic record was outstanding, top marks in political science and economics, but it was his debate club prowess that revealed his gift for persuasion and clear, confident expression. Summers were spent at Kibbutz Ein Vered, where he learned agricultural toil and collective responsibility, appreciating that shared effort and mutual support yield accomplishments greater than individual ambition. Military service called at age 18, when he joined the Israel Defense Forces elite Sayeret Matkal unit, a crucible of challenge that tested his courage, teamwork, and unyielding resolve. In the unit's rigorous training, he mastered survival skills, strategic planning, and emotional endurance, experiencing firsthand that leadership demands relentless commitment under pressure. His experiences behind enemy lines taught him the value of trust and swift decision-making, honing instincts that would later guide him through high-stakes negotiations and political storms. After his service, he pursued higher education at MIT, studying architecture and business management, expanding his worldview and embracing techniques in analysis, design, and organizational leadership. In classrooms at MIT, he balanced technical rigor with imaginative problem-solving, discovering that creative vision and empirical data combined foster effective solutions in complex environments. Far from home, He confronted cultural differences and academic challenges, strengthening adaptability and global awareness, qualities that would enrich his diplomatic perspective in years to come. Returning to Israel, he completed a master's degree at Harvard's Kennedy School, deepening his understanding of public policy, economics, and the art of governance at the highest levels. At Harvard, he thrived in discussions on international relations, absorbing lessons in conflict resolution and economic development that would later inform his strategic priorities as a leader. Throughout his education, he maintained strong ties with family, drawing on their encouragement and values of integrity, proving that even the most ambitious dreams flourish with roots in supportive bonds. His formative years blended academic excellence, military valor, and familial devotion, forging a multifaceted foundation of intellectual curiosity and moral clarity that defined his emerging character. These early influences shaped a leader who valued both the power of ideas and the necessity of action, ready to translate theory into plans that could alter the course of history. Childhood trials and triumphs taught him that challenges can be transformative, equipping him with empathy, discipline, and vision, traits that would carry him through every twist of fate. His journey from Tel Aviv's neighborhoods to elite institutions was marked by ambition tempered with humility, as he never forgot the simple lessons learned under his parents' watchful eyes. Whether leading a class project or a covert mission, he drew on a reservoir of confidence built during these years, demonstrating that early responsibility breeds authentic leadership. By the end of this chapter, he stood poised to enter public life, armed with education, experience, and the unshakable values imparted by family and country alike. His childhood and youth laid the groundwork for a life of service, teaching that heritage, hard work, and empathy combine to forge a leader capable of shaping destinies. With lessons etched into his character, he prepared to step onto a broader stage, ready to navigate the challenges of politics and governance with the steady hand of his upbringing. These formative phases demonstrated that true leadership sprouts from balanced roots of intellect, compassion, and courage, guiding each decision with clarity and conviction. As the sun set on his academic and military pursuits, he carried forward a legacy of determination and principle, setting the stage for the dramatic career chapters ahead. This concludes the early foundation of his life, where family, education, and service converged to shape a man destined for influence and impact on the world's stage. In 1988, he entered the Knesset as a Likud member, driven by a desire to serve his nation. He quickly distinguished himself through sharp analysis and persuasive oratory in parliamentary debates. Just 2 years later, he was appointed Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. There, he honed his diplomatic skills, representing his country's interests on the world stage with clarity and conviction. His UN tenure included high-pressure moments, where he delivered compelling speeches that enhanced Israel's image abroad, showcasing his ability to navigate global politics with composure. Returning home in 1993, he became Deputy Foreign Minister, contributing to high-level negotiations. He refined his strategic approach and built relationships that would prove valuable in future leadership roles. In 1996, at age 46, he became Israel's youngest prime minister. He championed economic reform, reducing government spending and promoting privatization to spur growth and curb inflation. Under his leadership, the economy stabilized, unemployment dropped, and GDP growth accelerated. His fiscal policies restored public confidence and laid groundwork for sustainable development. He initiated ambitious infrastructure projects, including the expansion of highways and modernization of ports, enhancing Israel's logistical efficiency and support for trade. After his first term, he served again as foreign minister and later as finance minister, where he implemented budget cuts and streamlined government operations to achieve a historic surplus. His 2003 appointment as finance minister saw him tackle public debt head-on. He introduced tax reforms that encouraged entrepreneurship, transforming Israel into a global startup hub. His economic vision emphasized technology and innovation. He fostered partnerships between government, academia, and the private sector, igniting a wave of high-tech investment. In 2009, he returned to the premiership just as Israel faced security threats and economic challenges. He balanced firm defense measures with initiatives to bolster civilian prosperity. He prioritized water desalination, leading massive investments that turned Israel into a world leader in water technology, securing resources for future generations. Recognizing the power of education, he supported STEM programs and funded research centers, nurturing talent that would fuel Israel's knowledge-based economy. He championed Israel's global brand, promoting tourism through cultural exchanges and international digital campaigns that highlighted the country's history and innovation. As Prime Minister, he strengthened bilateral ties with major powers, negotiating trade agreements that opened markets for Israeli goods and services worldwide. He launched national cybersecurity initiatives, building an elite workforce and fostering startups focused on digital defense, which protected critical infrastructure. Under his tenure, Israel's defense industry flourished, exporting advanced systems and securing contracts worth billions, reinforcing the country's reputation for technological excellence. He commissioned large-scale transportation projects, including light rail systems and airport upgrades, improving connectivity and supporting economic growth. His government supported renewable energy, pioneering solar fields in the Negev desert, showcasing his commitment to sustainable development. Netanyahu also emphasized public health advancements, funding vaccine research and modernizing hospitals to enhance national healthcare capabilities. He navigated complex regional dynamics by forging informal ties with neighboring states, opening channels for commerce and cultural exchange without deep political entanglements. Throughout his career, he maintained a strong stance on national security, ensuring robust defense while investing in civilian welfare and technological progress. His tenure featured the creation of innovation parks that housed dozens of startup companies, fueling job creation and national revenue growth. He fostered a culture of resilience and problem-solving, challenging citizens and institutions to pursue excellence in science, technology, and entrepreneurship. Over decades, he became Israel's longest-serving prime minister, credited with transforming a small nation into a global leader in innovation and infrastructure. His career highlights demonstrate that disciplined fiscal policy, visionary investment, and steadfast leadership can drive remarkable transformation in challenging environments. These milestones reflect not only political success, but also a legacy of economic empowerment, technological breakthroughs, and strengthened national identity. His journey from parliament newcomer to record-setting prime minister underscores the power of ambition combined with decisive action and pragmatic reform. As we explore his challenges next, remember these achievements that reshaped his country's destiny while offering lessons in leadership, vision, and resilience. From the onset of his premiership, he confronted fierce criticism, as rivals questioned every decision and journalists dissected his motives with relentless intensity and sharp scrutiny. In 1997, he faced a major setback when peace talks stalled, exposing diplomatic vulnerabilities that fueled public doubt and tested his resolve to bridge deep divisions. Allegations arose regarding budget overruns on infrastructure projects, sparking investigations that threatened his reputation and forced him to defend both policy and integrity. Personal tragedy struck as he navigated demands of office, balancing grief over his mother's passing with the unyielding pace of cabinet meetings and crisis briefings. He weathered internal party conflicts, with dissenters challenging his leadership and pushing for alternative agendas that risked fracturing his political base. Mounting legal battles emerged when opponents filed charges alleging improper conduct, compelling him to assemble legal teams and face courtroom drama over months. The relentless pace of trial dates clashed with national security duties, requiring him to juggle defense briefings with attorney consultations under tight deadlines. Public protests erupted as economic strains hit citizens, with unemployment and cost-of-living pressures igniting street demonstrations he had to address with empathy and firmness. Security crises tested his nerve, including cross-border tensions that demanded swift military responses while preserving diplomatic channels in the region. A high-profile scandal over alleged misuse of public funds shook public trust, prompting him to launch an ethics overhaul and reinforce transparency measures. Critics accused him of prioritizing political survival over national interest, fueling heated debates in Parliament and demanding he reaffirm his core principles. Personal health concerns emerged amid grueling schedules, as relentless work left him battling fatigue and forcing rare pauses to rest and recover. Coalition partners withdrew support during tense negotiations, threatening government collapse and compelling him to forge new alliances and make painful concessions. International pressure intensified when global leaders questioned his policies, challenging him to defend his stance on security while avoiding diplomatic isolation. Accusations of polarizing society weighed heavily as he confronted the task of uniting disparate groups under a common vision without alienating key supporters. Financial markets wavered amid uncertainty, testing his economic credibility and requiring him to reassure investors with clear fiscal strategies and honest communication. A failed legislative proposal undermined momentum, forcing him to regroup, consult stakeholders, and reframe the initiative to align with the broader public interest. Social media backlash amplified dissent voices, as viral posts and fierce online debates demanded swift, thoughtful responses to maintain public confidence. His family life felt the strain, with long absences at home creating emotional distance, reminding him that duty can challenge even the strongest personal bonds. Despite challenges, he maintained a disciplined mindset, drawing on lessons from his youth that taught him how to remain composed under pressure. He embraced transparency, granting unprecedented interviews to explain decisions and rebuild trust, proving that openness can diffuse even the most persistent doubts. When legal verdicts loomed, he prepared meticulously, presenting evidence of his integrity and demonstrating respect for institutions, regardless of outcome. Doubts persisted, yet he turned adversity into motivation, using setbacks to refine strategies and strengthen alliances within his party and across ideological lines. He championed accountability, supporting measures to curb corruption and empower independent oversight bodies, reinforcing public faith in governance. Through persistent communication, he connected with citizens directly, using televised addresses and community visits to listen and offer solutions. Each confrontation deepened his resilience, teaching him that effective leadership demands both conviction and the humility to adapt when needed. His ability to transform failures into stepping stones illustrates a core lesson. True strength emerges not from unbroken success, but from overcoming adversity. As he moves forward, these trials remain etched in his legacy, a testament to a leader who refuses to yield and continuously evolves through challenge. His tenure left a lasting mark as Israel's economy flourished under his vision, with GDP growth rates among the highest in decades, reflecting effective fiscal management and bold reforms. He fostered an environment where startups thrived, giving rise to the Startup Nation nickname, and demonstrated how strategic investment in technology can drive national prosperity. His legacy includes world-class desalination plants, which transformed a water-scarce country into a global leader in sustainable resource management and inspired similar projects worldwide. Internationally, his emphasis on cybersecurity positioned Israel at the forefront of digital defense, protecting critical systems and setting a standard for nations facing emerging threats. His leadership extended to education, where he championed STEM curricula and vocational training, ensuring future generations acquired skills to compete in a rapidly changing economy. Through cultural diplomacy, he promoted Israeli art, music, and science abroad, softening stereotypes and building bridges that enriched global understanding and collaboration. He strengthened ties with major powers, securing trade agreements that opened new markets and showcased the value of persistent negotiation grounded in mutual benefit. His approach to diplomacy balanced firmness with pragmatism, proving that even entrenched conflicts can yield progress when guided by clear principles and respectful dialogue. Domestically, citizens felt the impact of his policies in improved infrastructure, from modern highways to advanced public transit, enhancing daily life and economic connectivity. His vision for renewable energy led to vast solar arrays, reducing dependence on fossil fuels and demonstrating how small nations can make significant contributions to global sustainability. He inspired countless leaders through his resilience, teaching that setbacks are opportunities to adapt strategies and reaffirm core values rather than reasons to concede defeat. His story shows the power of combining intellect with steadfast resolve, reminding us that true influence stems from consistent action driven by a well-defined mission. Under his watch, national morale often rose, as citizens united around shared achievements and felt pride in witnessing their country's transformation on the world stage. His balanced focus on security and welfare illustrated that leadership requires safeguarding citizens while nurturing conditions for creativity and prosperity. He encouraged accountability and transparency, leading reforms that strengthened oversight and built greater public trust in government institutions. His personal example emphasized work ethic and integrity, motivating others to pursue excellence in public service and business with similar dedication. The partnerships he forged between academia and industry created a talent pipeline that fueled breakthroughs in medicine, agriculture, and technology. His legacy reaches beyond policy, residing in the mindset he cultivated, one of resilience, innovation, and belief in collective effort to solve complex problems. He showed that a leader's true measure is not only headline achievements, but also the enduring institutions and networks that outlive any single term. His influence inspired a generation of entrepreneurs and policymakers to approach challenges with creativity and courage, shaping a dynamic ecosystem of ideas. His model of governance underscored the importance of clear communication, reminding leaders to articulate vision plainly and connect emotionally with diverse audiences. The global recognition he garnered reinforced the notion that small states can punch above their weight when led with strategy, unity, and unwavering purpose. Historical assessments praise his capacity to adapt, turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones and showing that agile leadership can navigate turbulent times. He taught us that success involves balancing short-term wins with long-term planning, ensuring that progress endures and benefits extend across generations. His story reminds readers to value education and lifelong learning, as continuous knowledge acquisition empowers individuals to lead meaningful change. He set an example of personal sacrifice, working long hours and enduring criticism to uphold responsibilities, highlighting that leadership often demands personal cost. Across sectors, his influence shaped frameworks for cooperation, encouraging public-private partnerships that leveraged strengths from both realms for mutual gain. His legacy reverberates in urban renewal projects that revitalized communities, combining aesthetic vision with functional design to improve quality of life. He exemplified that a leader's credibility rests on consistency, showing how aligning words with actions builds trust that can weather controversies. His vision for Israel as a beacon of innovation and resilience stands as a testament to what determined leadership can achieve in the face of daunting odds. Ultimately, his impact teaches that enduring success requires clarity of purpose, courage to make hard decisions, and compassion to serve the greater good. These achievements offer valuable lessons. Harness adversity as motivation, invest in people and ideas, and lead with both heart and mind for lasting influence. As we reach our journey's close, we reflect on lessons of perseverance and vision that defined his path from Tel Aviv streets to the global leadership stage. His story reminds us that steadfast values, learned in youth, can guide every decision amid complexity and change. We witness how resilience turns setbacks into stepping stones, shaping character and opening new horizons. His legacy of innovation and integrity teaches that meaningful progress grows from clear purpose and collective effort. May his journey inspire you to pursue your own ambitions with courage, humility, and compassion for others. Thank you for joining English Weaver today. If you found value in this story, please like and subscribe for more. What can we learn from Benjamin Netanyahu's unwavering resolve and strategic vision? Share your thoughts below. Which leader or topic would you like to explore next on our channel? Let us know in the comments. Stay curious, stay motivated, and keep learning English through story with us at English Weaver. Until next time, remember that every challenge you face can become the spark for growth and achievement. Your journey matters. Embrace each obstacle as an opportunity to refine your values and strengthen your voice. See you in the next story. Goodbye, and keep weaving English into your life's narrative.